Hello and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. I'm here with
Ferris Pilot.
And it's been like 2.5 weeks since we last played. So we have no idea what's been going on still.
But for the audience, it's no time at all compared to normal.
If Monkey ever gets uploaded. We actually did every year the Katawa Shoujo developers do a little April Fool's prank. Usually it's larger scale, but instead on their website now, instead of their normal it's like they have a little tagline where you click it sends you to the character page, the grand page. And you're just like, oh, can you beat your disability or something? And now for April Fools, every time I refresh the page, it's something like, do you see what I see? And when you click on it, it brings you to Lily's page. And all that kind of crap. It's a less downscale. Like one year they had an artist draw up in similar to the style of the anime Higurashi, in that art style, and be like, oh, we got picked up by an anime studio, and released like screenshots that they had some artist mock up for them.
I bet the fans were really pissed off about that one.
The year after that, they announced Katawa Shoujo 3, saying that they decided to quit 2 and move right on to 3.
Aren't they not making 2 in the first place?
It was an April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we started to work on 3, but we just kept getting stumped, so we decided if we quit 2 and go right on to 3, it'll give us better luck. And I honestly fell for it for 4 months, because I didn't see, that was back in 2012, and I didn't find the game until 2013. So I saw that in the blog post, I'm like, awesome, they can Katawa Shoujo 3! Then I went back to show some of this proof, I saw that it was posted on April 1st, 2012, and immediately knew it was lies.
Mm-hmm.
Lies and
I feel
slander.
like this conversation is not going to be very topical when this video actually comes out.
Yes, because this is going to be episode 14, so if I start uploading...
You haven't even uploaded episode 1 yet, so it's going to be summertime by the time it comes out.
So if I start uploading on Monday, it'll be still 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It's mind-numbing. Everybody seems surprised when the bells signal the end of the lessons. As I'm packing my bag, Shizune and Misha flank me in a trap.
Say, Chan, it's still not too late to join up. There's a lot of post-festival paperwork for us to complete.
Sorry, Misha, I got plans. After sensing the cue, Hanako appears behind me, holding a small bag and trying to avoid eye contact with the outside world.
Alright, he's taking her out on a date.
Well, shopping. But, yeah.
It's basically a euphemism for a date.
The high school date. Misha's eyes open wide, and then she bursts into laughter.
You move fast, don't you, Hichan? We won't disturb your date any further.
Behind the roaring Misha, I see Shizune taking far too little interest in the scene. I might be taking this whole wrong way, but I think she's deliberately ignoring me. I feel a gentle tug at my shirt and see Hanako's eyes fixated firmly on the floor.
Her eye, you mean.
That's actually something that's never specified, as you can see out of that other eye. That's never really, never...
You don't even see her other eye.
But you do in some scenes. It is there.
Okay.
Gotcha. Shizune, Misha, I'll see you later. And I'm still not interested in the council.
Right.
Ooh, slamming that door.
Spoil sport.
Misha and Shizune retreat into the hallway, happily signing to each other. Got all your stuff? Let's head off. Floods of students pour out of the school gates and onto the road into town. It's a little weird. It's almost like a scene from any other high school, but the illusion fades because the occasional wheelchair or missing limb. One thing I do notice is that nobody is alone. And, as Hanako and I pass through the gates, I notice that she closes the distance in between us. Not enough to be considered close, but she certainly isn't a usual just a little far position. I guess we're not familiar enough for her to get as close as she does with Lily. However, even though she has moved a little closer to me physically, mentally she still seems to have traveled a mile. Her hands clutched around her leather straps of her bag to the point of whitening her knuckles, her head down and her mouth pursed closed. She almost looks like she's being walked to the principal's office for the first time. I try to stifle a giggle at the thought, but it's futile.
What's the matter?
I guess there's no point in hiding it. Sorry, for a second there it looked like you were getting in trouble.
What do you mean?
I think you need to relax a little. We're not going too far, and it's only students around, right?
Listen, dude, it's like her first date, man. Right.
It bothers me to see Hanako so worked up. And you do this every week, don't you?
Yes, with Lily.
Of course, with Lily. I wonder if she ever left the school without her.
I don't think she can function as a person without her.
It doesn't seem like much at the first glance, but Hanako's dependence on Lily is absurdly heavy. If she can't even handle leaving the school without her, how would she even manage to survive if the two had never met? Would she have found someone else to latch onto? And what drew her to Lily? Was it her
confidence?
Was it her lack of eyesight, or was Lily just kind enough to lend a hand?
Probably the confidence.
It was probably the blindness. That's what I think, at least. Which I guess is the same thing as confidence. I wonder if
blindness leads to confidence?
Well, with her lack of confidence is from her scars, so having someone who could not see her scars would lead to confidence with them.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's much more plausible.
I wonder if anyone else would have fit the bill. Well, I'm here. Besides, we're not going too far. It'll be over before you know it.
Kenji could have fit the bill. Maybe his previous girlfriend was Hanako. You never know.
I'm just imagining that in my head now, like him screaming bacon bits at her. Hands off my bacon bits! Hanako's
probably would have enjoyed it.
Hanako's knuckles slowly regain their color as she tries to hide a small smile, but the effort of that seems to prevent the further conversation. We travel side by side down the winding road towards the town. The crowd of students thin that we continue down the sidewalk. Where are they disappearing off to? It's literally a straight road down to the town with nothing else to go off of. They're just slowly collapsing from not being able to make it.
Maybe each of the students is getting thinner as they walk.
Faster students rush ahead and less mobile ones fall behind, rarefying the crowd into nothingness. By the time we reach the convenience store, we are practically alone. Using me as a shield between herself and the attendant, Hanako moves through the narrow aisles, adding an assortment of items into her basket. Bread, milk, tea, thyme. What kind of convenience store sells herbs? Well, it's called a convenience store because it's convenient. Then again, nothing about this town seems normal, which may not be such a bad thing in retrospect. Everything is so different and uncomfortable, dwelling on such matters really isn't an option. When I think about it, it kind of reminds me of Hanako. No matter how much you try, you can't escape her scars. They still interrupt my train of thought when I see them. As much as I don't want to admit it myself, I'm thinking about forcing myself to try to ignore them. Not that I'm scar-free myself, the jagged line down my sternum will never completely fade away. I just have the luxury of being able to easily hide it.
Also, chicks dig scars. That's what movies have led me to believe.
And movies will never lie to you, just like the internet, right?
It's true. John Doe has the upper hand.
But, in a way, both of our scars seem to remind me that we're in the place for a reason. ...
Oh god, no. Shiznake.
Hanako throws one last item into her basket, then sheepishly holds it out to me, along with a few blank notes.
Could you please?
It takes me a second to understand what she's trying to say. Oh, you want me to pay for this? She nods, but doesn't look up. I guess this task falls to Lily on the usual occasions. Sure, I'm gonna just grab a couple of things. Hastily, I grab a couple essential items for myself and head to the counter with Hanako in close tow. The attendant gives me an indifferent nod as he scans the items. I suppose just ignoring us is one way to deal with the anomalies of Yamaku. They must get a lot of students down here, being the closest store to the school. The staff must have their own way of dealing with us. Or maybe they don't. Maybe it's only me who thinks twice about my unique schoolmates. Our transaction complete, Hanako and I head back out into the street. The road is pretty much abandoned now. The students that were heading out have already left, and nobody started just returning us yet. And with only the student ahead of the road, there doesn't seem to be anyone else around. The emptiness certainly reflects on Hanako, her arms by her side, and each carrying a bag, her head no longer bowed, and back to her upright position. It's almost as if she was enjoying this walk. So why are these weird things? Mixed spices? Why would you need those in that school?
To cook, maybe? Yeah!
Nailed it on the head!
I'd like to make food!
Well, yeah, but so do I. But spices? That's a little more.
Make it taste better, dog.
That's a little more advanced, don't you think?
This guy's palate is like shit palate. Not really.
Well, I think it's cool. You'll have to teach me one day.
Sure.
She doesn't seem all that sure, but pushing the point doesn't seem all that wise. At the very least, she seems to be at least a great deal happier than she did in the walk here. That alone makes me a little happier.
You buy a little time and suddenly everyone thinks you're fancy.
He's so fancy. And on that note, we'll see you guys next time.